welcome to Uncle Bashapi's kitchen. Today we're doing Salsa Verde. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 large poblano pepper, 2 large green jalapenos, 1 lime, 1 bunch of cilantro, 1 medium onion, half a bulb of garlic, 4 large tomatillos, 6 grams of salt, and 60 milliliters of extra virgin olive oil.
Alright, I cut the poblanos in half, took out the pith, and I'm removing the seeds with a grapefruit spoon. And give it a rinse. You're going to cut the top off the jalapenos, cut it down the center, remove the pith, do it to all of them. Go ahead and rinse them in water, and using the grapefruit spoon, remove the pith and the seeds. Careful, it splatters and it can be spicy in your eyes. Then just cut the ends off an onion. Remove the skin. And then cut the onion down the center through the rings. Take the outer skin off of the garlic. And you're going to cut just the top off. But be careful, there's a stem halfway through, it's hard. Then take your tomatillo, remove the cowling sleeves, pull them back, turn and pull. I'll show you one more time. Remove the cowling sleeves, pull them back, turn and pull. Give them a good rinse. They have a sticky coating on them. Next, roll a lime. Cut off the 2 sides just to avoid any seeds, if there are any. And nope, there aren't any. Take your washed cilantro bunch and just give it a rough chop. Then waft it all in because it smells good. Take your extra virgin olive oil and just drizzle a little bit over all the vegetables. Might as well add some salt while you're here. And then just brush it on. I added a little extra oil onto the garlic bowl, just so it gets nice and deep in here. Make sure to get both sides of everything. Alright, I got the grill rocking full bore. You want to put everything face down, including those onions. Start the tomatillos stem side down. After about 10 minutes, I just turned everything to get some even cooking. Looks so good. Turn the garlic as well. And your tomatillos. And your onions. Let it go for another 10 minutes. And you're ready to flip them. And that's what you want, that nice char. These are not burnt. They are charred and delicious. Look at that garlic. Alright, and then attempt to flip these onions and keep them together as best you can. You're never gonna win. It's perfectly fine. Then I put the tomatillos to the hotter spot on the grill. You want to really cook those things good. They got a real raw flavor if you don't cook them. Alright, another 10 minutes after that, and they are ready to go into this stainless steel bowl. There's a reason why I'm using the stainless steel. Glass also works well. But you're going to put these hot vegetables in here. Man, that looks so good. Now let me turn that gas off. Alright, so you're going to put the vegetables in here, and they're going to finish here and steam themselves. See all that steam coming off? That's going to finish cooking them. Put the garlic on top like a little cherry. Boom. Just wrap it up with some foil and let them rest for like 20 minutes. After they've rested, you're going to add them into a blender. You could also use a food processor. Reserve the garlic. And just put it all into the blender. Stirred up this juice just to get all the flavor in there together. And this is where I'm going to add my lime. All right. Give it a quick stir and add it to the batch. Just give it a couple pulses. And then I'm cutting the garlic here. I'm trying to avoid this center stem. If you cut down on that, it'll make the knife slip and you'll cut yourself. Be very careful. And then just remove the garlic, make sure there's no skin on it, and put it right into the blender. The whole half a bowl. It's not a lot of garlic when it's been roasted. It gets rid of that bitterness. It's so smooth and delicious when it's cooked like this. It's not even funny. I'm actually saving that other half the bowl for some salmon later. And just give it a couple pulses and let it rock. Add in your cilantro. You want to get all of it. Come on. Bust out the big guns. And that's the flavor right there. You don't want to miss any of it. And then right here we're going to add a good amount of salt. This is the majority of our salt. I said 6 grams for the whole dish. You could also go a little more, a little less to taste. And then you're going to blend it for a good minute or two here. Then just come in with your spatula, scrape the sides down. Make sure there's nothing hiding in there. Also, I'm checking for the consistency while I'm doing this, just to see where I'm at. I like mine kind of thin. Others like it chunky. To each his own. Alright. Just gonna do a test here to see the actual consistency on a spoon. And then of course you gotta give it a quick taste. And like I said, salt to taste. It needed a little more for me. Alright, this is where the magic happens. You're going to take your extra virgin olive oil and only add a little bit in at first while it's going. You don't want to add too much because it will not take and emulsify. You let it rock for a couple seconds and let it work in and get a good base going. Then you can add a little bit more. Not a ton. And as it's going, if you look at the sides, you can actually see it almost changing texture. And then you can just finish off the emulsification process with a good glow. And that's it. And then let it rock for another minute or two. And then that right there is the consistency I'm looking for. Look at that. And of course, one more taste. And it is good. I've taken down a small skillet, placed it over a burner, which is set at medium heat. After it's heated up, you test it with a little water, and you want it to beat up like this. If it hits the pan and just immediately turns into steam, it's too hot. And this is way cooler to look at. Next, you're going to take the contents of the blender and pour it on. Just a little at first, just to test it and be ready to pull it if you need to. This gets real splattery, so just be careful. This final step, you heat it over medium heat for 10 minutes, constantly stirring. If you walk away from it, it will start to bubble like crazy. Then remove it from the heat and the pan to prevent any carryover cooking, and put it into a stainless steel bowl.
All right, here's the Salsa Verde, and man, does it smell good. I'm gonna go ahead and take a biter's fee and see how it tastes. Wow, that is delicious. Oh, the first note I get is the garlic, and then immediately the tomatillo, and then followed right by the cilantro, and then boom, hit with some lime. Oh, and then it's finishing with the pepper. Oh, the peppers are really good. Wow, that is delicious. Has a nice mouthfeel too, like an umami almost. That's definitely from the emulsification with the oil. And then just at the end, it's just this homogeneous flavor. Wow, it is so delicious. I highly recommend this. All right, next time you're thinking about doing Mexican, maybe do the green sauce. All right, until the next one, pasta lasagna.